What's going on, everybody? It's your boy MSmash from TBA, aka The Bread Out, and today we're making a loop in the style Lil Baby. Tap in.
Clean up an aisle.
All right, so boom, we have our setup going. We are hitting at about 130 BPM. I feel like that's a good tempo to start with. And the vibe I'm already going with this is like I'm trying to get that triplet Lil Baby vibe, that right. So far what I got is I got Analog Lab loaded right here, and I got just like a regular piano sound, right? Sounded kind of crazy there. That might have been valid for something else. But so what we want, what I'm trying to go for is just, I want to make a loop that's kind of like very easy, very minimalistic, maybe 3 melodies at the most, maybe 3 instruments at the most, and just kind of build up from there. So let's get started with the piano, right? I don't know why, but naturally I gravitate to F sharp as being the root note for the beat. So if I go ahead and right there, play that. And I'm trying to go for that. I know it sounds crazy, but bear with me. We're going to get there. Start with a low F, right? So a low F sharp. Okay. Ooh, okay, we're getting there. Perfect. I like how that goes. So we want to repeat that, right? So a good way to do that is in FL Studio, right? You would just hit Control Shift, select everything, and then hit Control B. It goes into the next measure, right? So we got, okay, so far so good. Ideally, to give a little bit of variety of the melody actually evolving, what we want to do is we want to change that high note, right? This A, and we got this. Starting to sound like something right now. Let me see. Sounds good, but it needs resolution, right? So let's play it one more time. What about that B note? Okay, so now at the end right here, I don't want it to end the same way that the other ones did. So boom, add another triplet. There it is. Boom. Set it to the G. Go back. I like that. I like how that sounds. Boom. So what we're going to do, and this is when you start to build a melody. Like usually I like to finish them in 8 bars and just have this, like the first part repeat once and then kind of build the melody as it goes and changing the root notes underneath it, right? So we got F, 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 F sharp. Switch it to D. Now we're getting somewhere. You know what I mean? So what this needs now, like I feel like it just needs more lower notes. Like it needs something underneath it. Boom. Same thing, and then just drag it all the way to the amount of the measure. Oops. Maybe at the end, add the E to resolve it. Right? So put that E right there. Boom. We want to put these on E too. Oh, yeah, that's tough. Okay, bet. So here's a really important thing when it comes to making piano melodies is that you want to be sure that dynamics still feel real, right? Because if you notice on all this, all these velocities are the same. So you kind of have to picture like you're actually playing the piano, if that makes sense. Like which notes should be louder, which one should be more accented, right? So let's go through our velocities and let's make this piano a little more realistic. Let's sell it a little bit. So take this one and then this high note, we want it to ding to hit a little harder. See that? That's a huge difference. And we just follow that same pattern. Doesn't have to be precise. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, the less precise it is, the more natural it's going to sound. So don't really think too hard about where to set your velocities as long as they're cohesive and they make sense. Now let's listen to the difference from before and after. Right? So now that we have our piano melody, right? Now we got to think of a counter melody, something that's going to kind of accent those arpeggiated parts, because literally this whole thing, this whole melody right now, it's pretty much an arpeggio. So we need something to give it like a boom, like a little stab. And I have Session Strings by Contact, and I think this is a great tool. And the way I'm actually using this is I'm not actually drawing out the way the strings hit. I'm using an actual rhythm animator, and I have it set up to triplets, and I have it set up to like a fourth of a note. So that way it does the thing, 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 thing. I'm not actually drawing those, and I'm gonna show you how that works. So let's go ahead and see where our notes are. And this is the really beautiful thing about this, because you can see your ghost notes. So if you're trying to stay in key within the melody that you created, they're right there for you to follow, right? So if we go low, I like that. The thum, thum. So now let's say we take this up a notch, but let's bring it to a high F sharp. Play from the top. Oh, I like that. I like that. Really simple, not so complicated. Another thing that I feel like it needs is maybe something like underneath it for when we use it for an intro, right? So I got Octave here, and this is one of my favorite plugins for one reason and one reason only. It's this instrument, this patch right here called the Roland 60s. It's like a synth bass. So if I play it, sounds weird by itself. But what I do is I end up cutting it off just to get that sharpness off. Set up the attack, take away the glide, make a quick attack, quick release. Right? So now if we load it up here, right? And find that F. Right? And then do. Boom, and then follow that same pattern. Boom. We can get even more creative with these keys. We could do like if we say for example, clone this right here and make another piano track. Let's see what we can come up with if we add sort of like a high counter melody. Turn this up a little bit so we can hear it. One, two, three, four. Okay, so we could do like. Boom. Okay, so boom. Set up the velocities here. I like that. I like words. And the thing is, like, the good thing about this little high piano is something that we could add as a counter melody later on when we're making verses. Like, that wouldn't be something that would be on the beat all the time. It would just be there intermittently, just to give the signal to the artist that something is going to change, something's going to happen. I guess the really last thing that I would add is maybe like a vocal chop, maybe like a vocal ad lib. And I actually managed to grab one. Happens to be in the key that we needed to. And let's just hear that real quick on the playlist. Boom. Obviously not in time at all. This is at 140. So what we want to do is we want to go to this little spot right here on the top left corner of that audio clip, and then go to fit the tempo and then type the actual tempo of that loop. So let's go ahead, type 140 pow. We're going to see if this works or not. Right? So now let's take our pattern that we did, pattern 1, and stick it underneath that and see how that works. That's not bad. I actually like that. So if we go here, back to the playlist, and just loop it one more time so we can get the full effect of the loop. I think that sounds great. I think that's pretty much ready for a beat. We got a good piano melody right here, and I'll solo that one more time so we can hear it. We'll solo this melody. Boom. Then we got this other counter melody that we want to put in there. Let's go back here. Right? Then we got these strings coming through right here so we can add intermittently in the beat. And that's the thing. We want to keep everything really simple because it's something that's worth mentioning when it comes to making beats. Just the best thing is to just keep it as simple as possible. Make all the room necessary for the artist to perform and not go too crazy. The last thing that we have is that synth bass that we added, which is ideal, which I would typically use in the intro, right? Or somewhere along the lines of during the bridge halfway through the song. There it is. Boom. And then the last thing that we have is that little vocal chop. Boom. And that's it. And there you have it. How to make a Lil Baby type loop. And that's pretty much it. So there you have it, folks. I recommend anybody to go in and just mess around. Try to take everything that you learned from this video and just add your own spin on it, all right? So with that being said, everybody that tapped in, thank you so much. We appreciate you. If you like the content that you're seeing, please leave a like, leave a comment below, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing. This is Smash signing out. Stay bready.
Clean up in aisle.